Workers say they're getting injured working on those antennas, and the constant push for more towers is putting them at risk.
Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severin joins us. And Kristen, you talked to a San Diego company with a solution to keeping them safe.
Yeah, there are 600,000 cell phone tower sites in the United States. They're everywhere, on the sides of buildings, streetlights, water tanks. But Team 10 learned thousands of those towers violate federal rules that are supposed to keep workers safe.
It hurts like how.
Benjamin Rivas has worked on cell phone towers for 14 years.
I was dealing with them day in and day out.
He quit after an antenna that should have been powered down was still live.
Physically burned my hand.
The burn is a work injury you can see.
You get burned on the outside, but internally it blisters.
Other problems he said caused by the towers aren't as easy to spot.
Depression, and I get headaches from time to time, and mood swings and stuff.
Rivas is one of 250,000 workers a year. An insurance rating agency said gets too close to these antennas. They act as an open microwave and can cause eye damage, sterility, and cognitive damages.
250,000 workers every year cooked by an open microwave, according to the insurance companies, according to the mainstream news. If this is not the most bombshell news report you've heard all year, I'm not sure what you're waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the evidence. 250,000 are being nuked by these death towers, according to insurance companies. What else needs to be said? There are countless cancer clusters being reported across the nation, and they're putting up more death towers every day. Death towers near schools, death towers near the grocery store, death towers on your way to work, death towers everywhere. There's no escaping the eugenics program out there, and that's the point. It's like the chemtrails, it's like the fluoride, it's like the vaccines, it's like everything else. It's study after study. There are over 1,000 studies right now confirming that cell towers and cell phones cause cancer. There are as many studies implicating the fluoride, the GMOs, the vaccines to some sort of disease. And yet the mainstream media, for the most part, pretends like you're not the target, like nothing is going on. Look at these death towers. It's like Dr. Evil's Christmas tree. They're pretty much right there at eye level, you know, nuking you right there on your way to the store. Everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. What's it going to take for people to fight back against this obvious attempt to mass murder humanity day after day? And look at these sheeple celebrating. You've got a university here, Verizon Wireless, on campus this week, putting up a new death tower. Should improve our service for our students and our community. There's nothing worse that can happen to a school or to a community than a death tower going up right on fucking campus. Pardon the language. But you don't see this in other countries. They have to keep them at least like 100, 200 feet away from schools. But here they're just putting them right on the roof. And this is just the beginning of the nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. There's just so much more to say about this bombshell breaking news story. If we can come back to it, 250,000 people every year are confirmed nuked by these death towers, according to insurance companies and the mainstream news. But they're like, it's okay for this to go up in your neighborhood. It's okay for this to be just a few feet away from your house. When the workers are, you know, displaying signs of radiation sickness. They've got the burns, they've got the blisters, and the like. These things truly are radioactive, and they're dangerous. Countries right now are banning the deployment of 5G, but we, ladies and gentlemen, are putting them up like their Christmas
These
trees.
30-foot tall poles are popping up in communities all around Denver, and when all is said and done, there could be 500 of them spread throughout the city. Well, our Gary Brode found one in the Highlands neighborhood. And Gary, how are neighbors liking the new addition?
Some not so much. This is one of about 12 just in this Highlands neighborhood. And right now you may be hearing the car engine running. Just to give you a little perspective here. So I'm going to turn this off real quick. You could still hear, though, that buzzing sound because it's coming from this transmitter right here. And one neighbor in this area says he hears it all night long. Across Denver and most of the country, these poles are leaving their mark. The more we use our phone,
They're going up everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, and they're painting them camouflage green in the urban jungle so that you won't see them. That's the new thing. It just kind of blends in. You don't know what it is. It's shapeless at a distance for the most part. It just looks like a pole. But these death poles, these death towers are going up everywhere. And it serves the sheeple right for being complacent, for not pushing back.
A new cell tower in Folsom could put a preschool out of business, with parents threatening to leave.
CBS 13 investigator Julie Watts reveals how what we don't know yet about these towers could cost small businesses and even homeowners.
Of course, they're putting them up by preschools, at your shopping centers, and they're strategically located to impact the most amount of people. And when you see these things, I mean, they look nefarious. That's why they have to camouflage them. You look at the studies, it's even worse. And so they have to, basically lie and say, well, for the time being, there's no known reason to be concerned. Because the studies are based on, their priorities and their funding. They're not funding studies that would say that these things are dangerous. Instead, they're paying off scientists to come on television to tell you that they're safe. But these things don't look safe. And we're getting reports of over 100,000, 200,000 cell phone workers being burned every year, nuked like a TV dinner, ladies and gentlemen, and showing signs of radiation sickness, burns, blisters, and the like. If there is ever a reason to be concerned, it certainly would be that, as well as the reports from elementary schools across the country where there are outbreaks of cancer. Cell phone providers are forced to take down their towers. But these stories are here one day, gone tomorrow, thanks to all of the deception on the mainstream news.